What if I told you this entire animated story was created in a single afternoon using just 2 tools? Everything you just watched, from the animations to the sound design, and even the story itself, was generated entirely with AI. And the best part is how simple the process actually is. You don't need animation experience, advanced setups, or hours of trial and error. Hey, my name is Mira, and I make AI animations for a living. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact workflow I use to create AI animated stories like this, step by step. And by the end of the video, I'll also share a couple of small tips I use that instantly make AI animations feel more polished and professional. All the tools and prompts I used are linked in the description below. We will be using OpenArt for all our generations, since it is the best all-in-one platform with access to every AI model. So head over to OpenArt and click on Image to get started. The first step in making a solid AI animation is creating the characters that will carry your story. For this project, I'm going with NanoBanana Pro, which is currently the most reliable model for keeping characters consistent across multiple shots. For our main character, I'm imagining a stylized cinematic 3D character, wearing a janitor uniform with muted colors and a tired expression. In the settings, change the output size to 16:9 and resolutions to this. After running a few generations, this version felt like the right fit for our story. Here's a trick I always use to make sure characters stay consistent throughout the animation. AI performs best when the image is as clean as possible, with minimal distractions. Take a closer look at this image. The janitor is leaning on a mop with a single light source coming from the left. All that lighting, colors, sharpness gets registered by AI. So to keep things simple, I will generate a clean version of the character on a plain white background. Bring the image back into NanoBanana and place him in the Omni reference section. For the prompt, refine this character into a neural position suitable for a hero shot, while keeping the same face, hair, and proportion. Change the background to a simple studio with cinematic lighting. Take your time here. This image will serve as your core reference, ensuring consistency across all future generations. So make sure you're happy with it before moving on. With that done, we can finally start generating our AI animations. Check this out. This first scene was created using NanoBanana Pro for the images and Kling 2.6 for the video. Getting this first image right is crucial. It's the anchor for your entire animation. Here's how we generate it. Back in OpenArt, drag our character into the Omni reference. And for the prompt, we're going for a cinematic stylized 3D shot. Picture this. The camera is behind the janitor who's pushing a cleaning cart down a quiet school hallway. Rows of colorful lockers line both sides, creating symmetry. And the cleaning cart has all the details: a mop, a wet floor sign, and cleaning supplies. The hallway feels empty and calm, like after school, with soft overhead lighting, and the style leans toward Pixar realism. Then hit Create and wait for it to generate. Now that we have the starting image, let's bring it to life by heading over to OpenArt's Video tab and select Kling 2.6. Drag in our image and have this as our motion prompt. It is basically telling the AI how the character should move, what visual effects to include, and how the camera should behave. Check it out. Now, let's move on to the second scene. This time, I want a front view of the janitor pushing the cart toward the camera. To do that, head back to NanoBanana Pro and drag in both the first scene image and our character hero shot into the Omni reference. This step ensures both the character and environment stay consistent between shots. For the prompt, we're basically asking for a frontal shot of the janitor with the same cart and supplies in the same hallway, lighting and tired expression. The image came out great. Now, let's bring it into Kling 2.6 and add our motion prompt that it's basically a simple animation of the janitor walking down the hallway while pushing the cleaning cart, moving gently and stopping naturally at the end. The result came out just as I wanted. By this point, you already know the full process, using NanoBanana Pro for your reference images and Kling 2.6 to bring them to life. Check this next scene out. I generated the image using this prompt along with the first scene image and the janitor hero shot in the Omni reference. Just like before. The motion in Kling is done the same way as the previous scene. It's a simple prompt that tells the AI what the character should be doing. Let me show more scenes that turned out incredible. Take a look. You might notice a sudden lighting spark at the end. It looks a bit off, but that's easy to fix in editing. Even if a generation isn't perfect, it can still be used. In the AI world, we call this technique mining, which means pulling valuable frames or moments from imperfect results. Now, in NanoBanana Pro, drag in the third scene image along with our character. For the prompt, we are going for a close-up from the left side near the janitor's shoulders, showing a locker with thick slime smeared across the door. Once the image is generated, bring it into Kling. For the motion prompt, it's basically a subtle animation of the janitor breathing gently, slime drips from the locker, and the camera pushes in on his face. Here's how it turned out. Pretty cinematic, right? Now, let's move on to the next scene, which continues the story. In NanoBanana, we use this image as the reference to keep the school hallway consistent. The prompt is a long school hallway with colorful lockers on both sides. Far in the distance, a large green gelatinous creature stands partially hidden by the lockers and shadows, several lockers away from the foreground. The nearest lockers are closed and clean, no slime or damage nearby. The monster is low and heavy, barely moving, quietly watching. Cinematic depth, strong perspective lines, and subtle tension. Once the image is ready, bring it into Kling. The motion is a fast, shaking camera pushing down the hallway toward the distant creature. The monster stays still, watching. Overhead lights flicker briefly, shadows deepen, and tension builds as the camera moves closer. And just like that, you have the scene finished. Here's an extra NanoBanana tip. Sometimes, after generating for a while, you just can't get the exact image you want. One trick is to combine two almost right images into the perfect one. For example, take a look at this first image. The camera angle is perfect, with the feet positioned nicely at the edge of the frame, but the monster is missing. Then there's this second image, where the monster is looking great, but the angle isn't ideal. By combining these two using a simple prompt like this, you can pull the best parts from both and get exactly the image you were aiming for. It's a huge time saver when you're chasing that perfect shot. Now let's move on to the next scene. In NanoBanana Pro, drag in the monster hallway image into the Omni reference and use this prompt: a massive green slime monster filling the frame between lockers, eyes narrowed, body tense, subtle trembling, dark cinematic lighting with glossy reflections, eerie stillness before an outburst. Once the image is ready, let's animate it by bringing it to Kling 2.6 and provide the motion prompt. The creature surges forward, eyes wide with rage, and lets out a violent, aggressive scream as slime shakes and stretches. Now the last scene I want to showcase is this. In NanoBanana Pro, drag in the janitor's first scene and hero shot image into the Omni reference, and use this prompt as a low-angle shot in a school hallway. Janitor stands centered holding an open cleaning bottle and cap, wet floor sign and supplies on the ground cart behind him. Tired smirk, soft fluorescent lighting, cinematic feel. With this image, let's bring it to life in Kling 2.6 with this prompt. A quick push into the bottle as he pours cleaning solution, camera following the stream to the floor. Emphasis on liquid motion and floor reflections. All our generated scenes already look incredible, but we can make them even more impactful with sound effects. For that, we'll use ElevenLabs, which is currently one of the best platforms for generating high-quality audio. So head over to ElevenLabs, click on Sound Effects, and either browse the library or generate your own using the Describe a Sound feature for precise results. Once you have your sounds, import them into your editing software and place them where they fit best. Syncing everything might take a bit of practice, but it's easier than it seems. After about 30 minutes of sound design and editing, here's the final result. So that's the full process of creating an AI animation using just 2 AI tools and 11 labs. OpenArt really makes it simple because it has all the image and video models in one place. So if you're ready to try it yourself, all the tools and prompts are linked in the description below. Now, if you guys want to see a comparison and find out which AI video generator is the best, click the video on screen right now.